You're gonna man the comments, right? I don't really count that. Uh let's do it. We are here. We are ready. Fat Jason Kidd is already commenting. Love that guy. All right, Prano, we ready to do this? All right. Is that your pre-show thing? Is that what you do now? All right. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live tonight from the Smut Studio in lovely Venice Beach, California. I love California. It's a great place to live. Such a great place. So happy I left Ohio with my co-host, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Inside joke.
Is it an inside joke? I mean, we've thrashed the Midwest pretty openly on this show.
I love the Midwest still, though. I'm from the Midwest.
You just don't want to ever be there.
I want to see my family.
Cool. So, and they're holding them hostage.
Yeah, basically. You're tired tonight.
I'm a little tired.
This is your, I don't want to say your Jordan flu game because you were not gambling all night at a casino. Were you?
No.
Okay.
No, this is not my Jordan flu game.
This is not your Jordan flu game.
No, I'm just a little tired.
A little tired.
Yeah.
A little fatigued.
A little fatigued.
Chris Wilde wore you out today.
Yeah. Well, Chris Walton and I had a fantastic morning. I went and picked up his son from school with him. That was great. And yeah.
You showed up at a, how old's his son?
7? Second grade?
Anybody?
First?
Anybody?
First grade?
Eyeing them? Did they think you guys were a gay couple? Two
Maybe.
guys showing up. You have the mustache.
I mean, we're in Hermosa, or Redondo Beach, California. 2 gay men picking up their son at school. Completely reasonable thing. It's not Kansas. We're not going to get shot with somebody's concealed firearm for being homosexuals.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You're saying
We got a lot of freedoms here. It's not free to be human beings.
You're saying we're more open here in the lovely state of California. We're more accepting.
Smarter, was what I was going for. Not believing in antiquated religious beliefs.
We got a lot of sports to talk, Brandon.
We do.
I'm
yeah.
looking at a big.
Let's not shit on Kansas too much. Let's not spend too much time shitting on Kansas. I often forget it's even a state, so it's not really worthy about talking about. If you don't have a hill, I don't think about your state.
That's a meme right there.
If you don't have a if topographic maps are not required for your state, I don't think about you.
I love that. If you don't have a hill, I don't think about your state.
Yeah.
Now, when you run for president, are you going to skip all those states that don't have hills? Because there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Have you seen any presidential election in history? You don't need to win Kansas, bro.
Nebraska?
You know why? Because no one's fucking there.
Nebraska?
That's how it works.
Iowa?
Yeah. I'll focus on Ohio. I'll be like, your chili sucks, guys. Grow up. And, I don't know. We'll bring back coal or some stupid shit you got to say to the fucking 40,000 coal miners that haven't escaped that love chili. You and the coasts in Florida, you're president.
It's going to be a fun show. I can already feel it. I can feel the energy. It's feeling good. And I'm wearing my death row socks. Can I get these on? First of all,
California, fucking Kansas. I don't know.
How do I get these on camera?
Change in elevation, you fucking dork.
Look at these amazing death row socks. I'm very proud of them. Another great California record label. R.I.P. Death Row, Suge Knight. Okay, so the NBA playoffs, we're currently watching the Clippers-Warriors game 5. We just watched the Houston Rockets win the series against the Jazz. It wasn't easy.
Wasn't easy?
No.
I mean, it was a 4-1.
They had to work for it, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
James Harden, you know how they're – have you paid attention to how they're –
yes,
the strategy of how they're guarding him?
Yeah. Here's
of letting him shoot the floaters.
Yeah. Here's an idea for the next team. Don't do what the Jazz did.
Why do you say that?
Because they lost 4-1.
They were also playing a better team.
What do you mean?
I mean, we'd agree Houston's a better team, right?
Sure. Yeah, significantly better.
But I guess my point would be James Harden didn't have that good of a series though. Like he started 0-15 the last game. This game, I believe, at one point he was 2 of 12. So personally, he didn't have the best series. Mm-hmm. Are you trying to dispute that?
No, I just want to see what he finished with. Because the thing about James Harden right now is like you get him to play like that, and you feel like you accomplished something. Meanwhile, he scores 26 points on 10 for 26 shooting, and you lose by 7. So, good job holding James Harden to a 26-point game in a elimination game.
Well, but again, he didn't have that good of a game. Other guys in
12 for 26 is what?
10 for 26?
12 for 26?
Oh, you said 10 the first time.
10 for 26, sorry. 10 for 26 is...
It's not good shooting percentage.
Every Michael Jordan playoff game in history?
But you and I would both be critical of Jordan or Kobe if they were 10 of 26.
I mean, 10 of 26 is like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? And this is the exact same thing that we said last episode, and I don't want to, be redundant, which I know people are just like laughing at the idea of that on the show. 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He shot 3 for 12 from the 3-point line. I mean, that's the big thing,
Yeah.
9 misses from the 3-point line. And they were giving him, they were trying to let him come in, and then they forced, they're going to, okay, he had 9 missed free throws, but like last game, he didn't shoot that well. He had double-digit assists.
Yeah.
Do you think James Harden will have more double-digit assists in this current playoff bracket than Kobe Bryant had in his entire career?
I don't know. I wouldn't know those numbers in front of me.
Right. If you had a ballpark, you think you'd be close?
So your thing is Kobe Bryant,
volume shooter, often not great field goal percentage. Also, not the point guard of the Lakers and not leading the team in assists, and probably had 2 career fucking playoff triple doubles.
I know, but hold on a second. So what is your analysis of James Harden first series? Because I'm saying
he didn't play that well, and they won 4-1, and I'm sure he led his team in scoring and assists.
I'm sure he did, but he didn't play that well. That's all I'm saying. They won.
He didn't play that well compared to himself. Correct?
I'm saying this much. If James Harden has the last 2 games that he had moving forward against, which we assume is going to be the Warriors, he can't play like that is what I'm saying.
Sure.
You'd probably agree.
Yeah. And like you said, the Warriors a lot better. Now the big thing with the Warriors is the Warriors this year, as compared to last year when they got pushed to the brink by a Houston team that had an injured Chris Paul in Game 7, is that this year the Warriors will have home court advantage, and that's going to be a major factor. And you're absolutely right that James Harden has to be the best James Harden to beat the Warriors. Now, that being said, the Jazz got James Harden to play ugly.
Sure.
And they lost 4-1, and I'm sure no one's going to do it because he's not LeBron James and he's not James Harden and he's not, somebody that people want to hate. But Donovan Mitchell went 4 for 22 in the final game. He scored 12 points. He was 0 for 9 from 3.
He was awful.
I know when that happened to James Harden a few years ago when he was on the Rockets in his first season, that was when it was James Harden is a playoff choker. That was when that headline began. So is Donovan Mitchell a playoff choker now?
Well, he didn't have a good series either.
No, he didn't. And they lost 4-1. I'm just saying, my point is this. There's a lot of things that you can do in basketball if your goal is, let's make James Harden play ugly. Okay. You affect your team and its offense and its defense when you change your style for the sole purpose of, say, take James Harden out of the game.
Yeah.
My point is, it was not effective whatsoever. They lost 4-1. A couple of games weren't close. This should not be your strategy.
Well, then what is the strategy?
If you're the Warriors for next round, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, if you're the Warriors for next round, be you basically all the Warriors have to do. The Golden State Warriors strategy should be the best the Warriors can be. You don't really have to think. If I'm Steve Kerr, let James Harden score 50. There's one guy. We have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond. We're significantly deeper and better. So let James Harden work all he wants and push himself to the point of, passing out, scoring 100 points a game.
Yeah.
Hitting all his shots. We have multiple guys that are all NBA level players. So the only way the Rockets, even though I give them a great chance in the series, but the only way the Rockets win is if the Warriors aren't their best self. And that's on, is Kevin Durant suddenly like somebody in Kevin Durant's head? Is Steph and Kevin Durant not shooting the ball well? Does Kevin Durant go into hero mode? Is Draymond fucking getting kicked out of games? Is Steve Kerr getting kicked out of games? Like, the Warriors are an unbeatable team if they just play their best basketball. We all agree on that.
Yeah.
So the idea that they should have a strategy, it's almost like, people talked about Lawrence Taylor, how do you prepare to tackle Barry Sanders? He's like, dude, I don't prepare for other people. Other people prepare for me. To me, if you're the Golden State Warriors, even talking about how to handle another team, you've already taken 1L. Why do we have to worry about them? We've won 3 out of the last 4. We have 2 Hall of Famers, maybe 3 in our starting lineup. I don't know. How are we going to prepare? I guess we're going to see if they can keep up. Can one guy facilitating their offense entirely, shooting and being their leading passer, can he do that?
Yeah.
That would be my strategy if I was Steve Kerr. I would never talk about the other team.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, good luck to them.
Sure. I want to talk about last night's game.
Yeah. He called Dame.
Now he's somebody who does pretty much show up in the playoffs. Like, this guy is a fucking...
Well, this is I referred to it last night as this is Damian Lillard's Rodney Dangerfield season. He's been getting a little respect over here. He wants his fucking respect. This guy has had enough.
Love that reference.
Yeah, he's had enough. He ain't trying to hear Russell Westbrook. He ain't trying to hear anybody. He's out to prove it. And what I said is, be careful not to try to do so much. But last night, I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I still think that was a great example. Like, he tries to do too much. You still play a buzzer. He's taking a shot at the buzzer. He had to score 50 to do it. Like, this isn't like something that you can count on being your strategy.
Yeah.
Hey, score 50 and hit a 40-foot buzzer beater to win the game. That's not a 7-game series.
Did you
strategy.
see what Paul George said today?
Paul George said it was a bad shot. Is that what he said?
Well, he said it was from a strategic sense. It was a bad shot. He hit the shot, but as far as the final play of the game, that's not a good play. Saying it's a bad shot.
I mean, it's not a great shot. You're 40 feet from the basket.
37-footer.
Yeah. But again, they won the game 118-115. That's the worst shot in history if you're down 1.
Oh, yeah.
But they weren't down 1.
I don't mind it when you're tied at home.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's what Dame Lillard was saying. He was like, you want to go to overtime?
Yeah.
I'll score 70.
It's not the best shot, but again, you're at home, you're tied.
Also, he's made like 4 of them in the series.
Exactly. You kind of have house money on that shot.
Also, he's kind of feeling himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, dude. It's a good shot simply because he was confident to take it.
Yeah.
Also, Paul George, you were out there guarding him.
My thing is this.
He wasn't off him. He didn't pull a 40-foot shot because he was like, if I get any closer, I'll be covered. Paul George was out there. Paul George was worried he was going to take that shot, and then he did.
my thing is these guys are NBA players.
Yeah.
Like, let's not forget that. We're talking the highest level of the game. These guys can hit these shots. That's what's so amazing about the state of basketball now. And they showed some stats. I got home. I didn't, I had my show, so I didn't see the second half of that game, sadly. But obviously I watched all the highlights, saw what was happening. They had some stats on it, and I don't have it directly in front of me, but he's hit the this isn't what's the word? Like an anomaly?
Sure.
When you just do something once. This is an anomaly for him.
That's what I said. He hit it 4 times. He hit 4 of those shots in the series.
So it's like him taking a 37-footer.
I'm telling you, he's feeling himself, man. He that's a good shot because he was like, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna make it. And guess what? He did.
Yeah.
And fucking Paul George got Dr. Vinny Boomboxed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Dame Lillard's here for his respect.
Sure. I like the Dame Lillard Rodney Dangerfield reference.
I mean, we also called him a Toyota Corolla in sport mode, so I think he's out to get us too.
Well, no. That was not disrespectful. I'm gonna put that out there.
Right.
Hold on a second. What I said was when I get my Corolla hatchback in sport mode, that thing is hot fire.
Yeah.
There was no disrespect for Dame Lillard, for the record. But I want to move.
It's a good value car, that Toyota Corolla. Honestly, what can I even do in a Tesla that you can't do in your Corolla? You know, what could I do? Go 140. What else?
I mean, basically.
What else?
This
what else?
This SoCal traffic, you ain't going 140 on that 405.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying. Twerks with Wolves is here. Did you want to hop in? I'll get you on mic here, buddy. Do you have something to say? You're looking at me.
Well, he's producing the show.
I'm glad to be back. So that's one thing. Just in the middle of finals, had to leave my bubble out there in Malibu. But talking about Damian Lillard and about those stats with his high percentage from deep, he's 5 for 5 this year, or that series now, from shots of 30 to 39 feet.
Whoa!
5 for 5.
Yeah.
So I mean
he's perfect.
He's Kilborn. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5.
From 30 to 39 feet, he didn't miss a shot.
Yeah, we did it. 5 out of 5.
Now I see the YouTube comment section is on fire right now. Aaron is back. That's great. He's going to be moderating the YouTube comment section. By the way, I see a lot of hockey comments. Guys, I don't know if you're new to the program, but
I watched the end of Sharks Knights last night.
Okay, I watched all the highlights.
Good game there.
It was a great game.
Yeah, man.
There have been some epic Game 7s.
When we talk hockey, I feel like I'm doing the Chris Farley show. Like, you remember that time you guys played 2 overtimes? You won on the last goal? It was awesome. Sharks.
It was a bullshit call.
If you say so.
From what I've seen.
I mean, I was like, cool. And then I went back to the Dame Lillard highlights. I was like, show me that shot again.
Yeah.
Show me him, like, posing with his fucking crew.
There's been some wild NHL Game 7s, and a lot of people were mad that we did not cover that the Tampa Bay Lightning were number 1 seed and got swept by my Ohio Columbus Blue Jackets. Guys, we just don't cover hockey.
Yeah. We tried. We tried to have hockey correspondents.
We've had multiple
hockey sports. We've had now 3 hockey correspondents.
Yeah. But there's only so much we can cover. And I think we've addressed that. We're going to cover what we like and what we watch. I got 2 fucking TVs.
I mean,
I need a third and fourth one for hockey?
Well, but here's the thing.
What am I doing here?
Here's my thing always with hockey, with soccer, whatever. There's someone out there who, like, the casual fan knows more than I do.
Yeah, exactly.
The casual basketball fan does not know more than I do about this NBA game. So that's what you're here for, right? That's what you're here for baseball, for basketball, for football. Like, you tell me about the hockey game.
Yeah.
I don't know. They played a long time last night. A couple of those guys probably didn't have beers before that game
You
started.
actually bring up a great point. When people say, you guys don't talk hockey, we're going to have...
You want me to embarrass myself?
Yeah, we're not going to have good takes. My take is going to be like, wow, that was a great shot. I couldn't do that. Those are my... Like, I watched, shout out...
I imagine if I was, my fear, and it's always a fear, and that many people on the internet don't have this fear, But I don't want to be the guy who's screaming Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James in some sort of hockey term.
Sure.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You don't want to get
in like saying shit that I fucking the internet tells me.
Yeah.
Austin fucking Rivers or whoever the fuck the guy in the Maple Leafs, Austin, whatever, is the best hockey player of all time. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know? Craig McDavid or some shit? See, I don't know. He's the next Gretzky. Like, people can be like, what are you talking about, Brandon? I'm like, I don't know.
What happened
I
to
don't even know
what
if that's
happened to
the
the
guy's
other
name.
dude on Pittsburgh?
Craig McTavish didn't wear a helmet. I know that. That was from the 90s.
What's
you
the
go,
guy
some
they
hockey
call
talk.
what's the guy they call pussy on Pittsburgh? He's won a few.
Bill Crosby.
No, he's won a few Stanley
Sidney
Cups.
Crosby.
Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
Bill Crosby.
Yeah, he drugs the other hockey players, and that's how he scores all his goals. He waits for him to fall asleep. And then 5-hole.
It is pretty funny though, seeing dirtballs be like, "Are you guys covering hockey?" That'd be like me listening to a political podcast.
And also, like, where does it end then?
yeah,
Like, spoiler, I hate to break it to you. I know that there's passionate hockey fans out there. The proof is in the pudding. Very few people care about hockey. Like, are we going to talk about fucking motorcycle racing next? Are we going to talk about NASCAR? Are we going to talk about, like,
I think it's disrespectful to put those in the same parallel.
Oh, well, look at the ratings for NASCAR and hockey sometime. Get back to me.
I guess I don't know. Maybe I should.
They're not showing NASCAR on the Golf Network, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do want to go back to NBA playoffs. I want to bring up the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
They've now lost 3 straight first rounds.
Yep.
They've gone 4-12 the last 3 playoffs.
But damn, Russell Westbrook's stats have been fucking legit.
But that's kind of what I want to bring up. Well, actually, his stats in the playoffs have not been good at all.
Right.
So my point is this: if you're Oklahoma City, since Kevin Durant left, 3 straight first-round exits, you've won 4 out of 16 games. You're not just losing series; you're getting blown the fuck out. He's going to be 30, 31, I think. What is the next move? Because you have Paul George. Like, you have a great player
I would try to
with
get
him.
like a Russell Westbrook and pair him with like a Kevin Durant and a James Harden. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Maybe like a Serge Ibaka,
Yeah.
like a shot blocking, 3-point shooting center to like space the floor.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe get like a beefy power forward to just like wreck shop in the middle, like a Kendrick Perkins type or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be a solid strategy.
Do you give them any?
I mean, they drafted all 3 of those guys, and now they have one of them, and it's Russell Westbrook. It's the worst by far. If you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, what you should do is go back to Seattle and call yourself the Sonics and try to forget this ever happened.
Aaron wants to hop in here. He's chomping at the bit.
Well, it was today. Bleacher Report posted actually a really good article about what's the next move for Westbrook, pointing out some of his stats from this past season. That he only shot 29% on 3-pointers this season, which was
For the year.
29%.
29%.
Awful. And he was, of the players that averaged over 20 points a game, he was dead last in efficiency rating,
Interesting.
behind guys like Andrew Wiggins and Dennis Schroeder. Even like he's down there. He's
The
down.
German,
He's dropping
Dennis
off.
Schroeder.
Yeah, which I know we talked about Game of Thrones comparisons recently, and it makes me think: is Russell Westbrook Littlefinger chirping in the GM's ears, getting rid of KD?
Aaron coming in hot. Is Russell Westbrook Littlefinger?
Gets in the position of power, and then fumbles the bag.
Who's gonna slice his throat? Spoiler alert.
I think, yeah. Another one. What about who's the dude who fucking was feeding people to dogs and then got murdered?
Ramsey Bolton.
Yeah,
Bolton,
like kind of like the super villain.
Ramsey
Everybody hated
Bolton.
him. Yeah.
Trevor kind of
and
looks
then-
like
And
him.
then in the end, everybody was like, "Yo, fuck that dude!" Like literally, the whole world was like, "Fuck that motherfucker! We can't wait to watch." Like Russell Westbrook is like going on, like he's pissing off a lot of people. He's pissing off teammates. He's pissing off his coaches. He's pissing off opponents. I mean, how? If you had to weigh it, what percentage of Damian Lillard's success was Damian Lillard, and what percentage of it was Russell Westbrook inspiring him to lose his goddamn mind? It's like, bro, you're out here talking shit. Like, it ain't close.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think retraction. I think relocating is the move. You were once James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook together in the NBA Finals they were all 20.
They were young.
Yeah.
And let's not
And
forget.
now you have none of them except the worst one. I think the Thunder, they need to disband the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know a lot of people are driving hundreds of miles across Kansas to get to their games and go see Thunder games. Can you imagine driving across Kansas to watch the Thunder lose in the first round every year on an ATV? Thank God you got your gun with you. Kill yourself when you're done.
I hope. This is what happens when I show Prano my DMs from Dirtballs before the show. If you guys only knew. If you only knew. Shout out to AJ. If you only knew. I know how to get Prano all worked up. Show him some Dirtball DMs. Now, you do bring up a good point because I always forget that those three were together. But a lot of people also forget this point. The Thunder were the favorites in that finals against the Heat.
Yeah.
So people who like to shit on LeBron, he was actually an underdog because, once again, they did have Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. Now, they were young, I will say. James Harden was technically coming off the bench. He was a sixth man. I believe, was he sixth man of the year?
Yeah.
So they were young, but...
In case you're wondering how the Oklahoma City Thunder are run.
Dear God, they lost...
They have one of the great offensive players in history coming off the bench. Yeah, they're like, come on, let's limit his minutes. We got to get Sasha Telefulsha fucking more minutes.
Was he starting?
Yeah.
Who was that starting five? It was Serge, KD, Russell Westbrook, Cephalosha, Snuffleupagus, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Steven Adams wasn't there yet.
No.
Was Nick Collison starting?
Probably. I mean, was Perkins on that finals team?
Oh, yeah, Perkins was. Actually, can we look that up, Twerks? Can we look up I believe it's the 2012 Oklahoma City. What's that starting lineup like?
You got Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Kendrick Perkins, Thabo Cephalosha, and Russell Westbrook. And then Harden's the sixth man.
Unreal. So, Cephalosha.
By the way, I'm not even joking. So also, let's look at some of the. So Enes Kanter, huge in that Portland series, right?
Yeah.
They traded him to the Knicks with Doug McDermott for Carmelo Anthony, who was awful last year.
Yeah.
Immediately moved. Now out of basketball, shooting alone in a gym with a fucking winter beanie on like he's fucking Trevor. Or Ruther, for that matter.
Whoa. I do not play basketball with a beanie. The beanie comes off. Oh, speaking of.
Yeah, so I'm saying.
Hold on.
Hold on. I'm saying trade Russell Westbrook and move back to Seattle. That's my advice for Oklahoma City.
I like that. But I want to bring up some in Dirtball House stuff. I know we got a lot to cover.
In Dirtball House stuff. Okay. House Dirtball.
Whatever. Not Trevor. Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy. Trevor on the brain.
Well, you just said his name. That's why it reminded me.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Gets here a little early today.
Uh-huh.
He says he's been playing a lot of basketball.
Uh-huh.
And word for word out of his mouth. Grab that microphone, Aaron. Word for word out of his mouth. I just let him talk. I didn't say a word. And then he said this.
Here we go.
And then he said this. I think I'm ready for Prano. And my response was, have you grown 5 inches?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it before. By the way, I shot hoops yesterday. I felt like I was shooting on a planet without gravity. I felt like I'd never shot a basketball before. I'm terrible at basketball. I'm out of shape. I'm also 6'4", and that's life, man.
I know the height is such a factor, but I'm thinking. I played for 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
I was feeling real good.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you know what? I was tempted. I was thinking I'm almost gonna post an Instagram story.
Ooh.
And tag Joe.
Take it to IG.
That's how good I was feeling. I was hitting my step backs. I was hitting the drift moves around point. I was getting to the rim okay, but at the same time, I realize now those guys are all at the most 5'11".
Yeah.
So
Aaron, you're shorter than me.
Yeah. Height is not my game, but hustle. Hustle and heart.
Well, how about this?
I told Ruth this. It's unbelievable. I told Ruth it's like you can go around me, but once you're by me, Then what?
Well, how
Then
about
how do
this?
you get the shot up?
How about
True.
this?
I'm just
True.
chasing you down.
How about this? How about, since you and I are of basically equal stature, why don't you and I play each other? I haven't played forever, so I got no game right now. Why don't you warm up with me?
That's a fair game. Yeah, I'm all for it.
And then you see how you do. You know, if you beat me, cool. Then you go on to Prano. If you don't beat me, you can never longer come back in the Smut Studio.
You don't get to face the boss.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like it's not
I'm
like
all good
EJ
with
was
that.
bad at basketball. EJ was going by me every time, and then ask
Yeah.
EJ how that goes once he gets by.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I did nothing for this height. My dad's 5'6". I honestly don't know how it happened. I'm assuming the mailman at this point. And yeah, just basketball experience and height. It's all I got because I'm not good at basketball anymore. That's for sure.
Well, there you have it. Let's play. And we can, you know what? We can play. I was telling Prano, you don't have to do the Venice Beach courts. We can go down to Santa Monica. Basically, you have your own court down by Ocean Park next to that ocean. Because I know we just have the ocean out here, and that's all we have, because I know they have basketball courts in Kansas. I believe they have basketball courts in Kansas right next to the beach. Don't they, Prano?
I don't know. They've
With girls in bikinis while you play, and you just look at girls in thong bikinis. Anyway, I think they have that in Kansas. I've heard things. But we can do that if that's cool with you.
Oh yeah, I'm all for it. Let's we'll stream it too, maybe get some
Okay.
content going.
Okay, I'm down. Well, maybe we can put a little wager on it. Maybe we can use some of those earnings from Robinhood. That's right, guys. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all of your profits. Plus, there is no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. View easy-to-understand charts and market data and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. You can also view stock collections such as 100 most popular. With Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio, discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving listeners of Dirty Sports a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio. So sign up now at dirtysports.robinhood.com. Okay, Brandon, we got some more basketball news before we move on to NFL news and NFL draft. We got to discuss this Bill Walton stuff. I'm sorry. That's
how dare
wow.
you.
I'm sorry. I take that back. That was very.
The only thing we should talk about Bill Walton is how disappointed Bill must be in his son.
Yeah.
I mean, he did not raise him that way.
No.
I can tell you that for sure.
Well, these are all allegedly facts. Luke Walton has been sued for sexual assault by Kelly Tennant, and I know her because as a guy who has SpectrumSports.net.
Humble brag.
Yeah, as a guy who still has cable, a little humble brag in there. She used to host the Lakers shows on there, and she is a broadcaster. I don't know what you want to call her. News media, sports news media out here in L.A. In legal documents, she's claiming that she was assaulted, actually right by here in Casa del Mar, which is right on the beach, about a mile and a half north of here in Santa Monica. And I will just read what it's
2 miles. It's exactly where I ran to the other day.
Okay, 2 miles.
2 miles.
It's 2 miles.
2.1.
In her suit, she says they had a relationship, and she had gone up to his room because he was going to write a foreword in her new book. And she went up to the room and claims
Stop going to their rooms. Stop going to men's hotel rooms.
Okay,
Stop.
well, I'm not putting that on her.
Okay, I am. I'm not putting her getting assaulted on her, but I'm putting like the Harvey Weinstein. How many of these things happen in men's hotel rooms? Stop going to hotel rooms. The only person who has an excuse is that girl who got raped by Ben Roethlisberger, whose job requirement is to go into hotel rooms. Otherwise, stop going into hotel rooms. What? Casa del Mar has a beautiful bar.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You want to meet somebody? Meet him in the bar. Why is her book forward? By the way, I totally believe this did happen. Whatever, completely wrong. You can come to my hotel room. I'm not going to assault you. But guess what? Don't come to my hotel room. Because why would you come? I don't invite people to my hotel room. I'm not like, oh, come meet me in my hotel room.
Yeah.
I'll come meet you in the lobby. I'll come meet you at the restaurant. I'll come meet you at the fucking pool. Like, this isn't, I'm not saying she did anything wrong. I'm just saying, ladies, I know we don't have that many, but like, listeners, but God, don't go to the hotel room.
Well, just know your situation. I think that's what Joe's trying to say. Be aware of your situation. And like how this went down, she goes up to the room. She claims that she was going to be raped. She said that he was relentless and that when they got up to the room, he forced kisses on her neck, face and chest. You know, she was screaming. He was groping her. You know, all the details are there if you want to look it up. I don't have to rehash all the details. It's not good stuff. This was in 2016 when he was then assistant coach of the Golden State Warriors.
Uh-huh.
The Lakers claim they knew nothing about this when they hired him.
They've already fired him, so they don't even. What are they?
So I don't know, but
I don't even know why they're chiming in. Honestly.
Well, obviously he's now the head coach of.
Well, she's just suing him now, right?
She didn't. She said she didn't want to go. She didn't want to, come out with this
because she works with them.
Because at the time she literally was working for the Lakers, not for the Lakers, but she was working for, Spectrum.
Right.
Spectrum Sportsnet.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens, but
not good. That's for sure. Not a good move.
No.
But look, I have no idea what happened. No one will ever know what happened. I guess give me the reason why she's deciding to lie. Like, she's suing it.
Well, according to Luke Walton's people, she's trying to. No, I'm sorry. The word that they used, I saw this repeatedly. She is an opportunist.
Okay.
That's trying to capitalize.
Everybody knows how. It's the best thing for you is to be the victim in a sexual assault scandal.
Yeah.
It's always good for PR. Everybody who watches Late Night with Monica Lewinsky every night knows that it's next stop, fame and fortune.
Yeah.
Not being called a whore everywhere you go. That's not what's going to happen here. No. She's gonna be the next host of The Bachelorette.
Yeah. I don't like that either. I don't like them trying to say that she's an opportunist.
Now, when I hear things like she tried to get him to pay money first, and then he said no, okay, now we're talking extortion and all that, and you just want somebody trying to make a buck or whatever. But like, I can't think of any reason why somebody would be like, yeah, this guy fucking tried to finger me, and I tried to stop him, and nah. Am I verified on Instagram now? Like what? Like an opportunist? Who's spinning this into like?
I mean, that's a wild phrase to use. Opportunist.
Yeah.
An opportunist would be like this. It'd be like after my brain injury, that I use that to get on shows out of sympathy, right?
Sure.
Like I use that to get a late night spot doing comedy, or I use that to get booked on comedy shows in LA. Be like, dude, I had a brain injury.
Right.
That's an opportunist.
I mean, there's a lot of, variations on, taking advantage, but like, I just don't see. Again, I have no idea what happened, but.
And by the way, she hasn't worked for Spectrum Sportsnet for at least over a year, I know, too.
Okay.
So maybe, like you said, she was waiting till she doesn't work for a Lakers pre- and post-show.
Or she was waiting for him not to work for the Lakers.
Or that. What do you think Bill thinks of all this?
I can't imagine he's very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta think that when Luke gets that phone call, the famous phone call that Bill often does.
Yeah.
I imagine if we could get Bill to call and tell us what he said, you know?
Okay. Well, Aaron, can you? I see he's working the boards over there. I think we actually.
I'm going to go use the bathroom while you get Bill on the phone because I never get to talk when he's here.
Okay.
Anyway, so
You use the bathroom. I think we have it queued up. Can we queue up? I believe we have a voicemail of the recording that Bill left. No. Actually, we have the actual phone conversation. It's only Bill talking. This is what Bill told Luke when he called him when he heard the news that he was sued for sexual assault.
Hello, Luke Walton. This is your father, Bill Walton, calling. Once again, your father, William Walton, your one and only father in life. Just calling because I've read the reports on ESPN.com, BleacherReport.com, SportsIllustrated.com, many other .coms, which, by the way, is a web address shortening. Anyway, point is, very disappointed to hear. You know that these are not the kind of things that I threw down to you as a father. I didn't say, groping and kissing girls amongst their neck and chest and head. It's something. Now, throwing down elbows and dunks and jump shots on people's heads and chests. Of course, we worked on that many times in the garage and many times out in the yard. Keep the ball high. Don't bring it down. Throw those elbows out toward their chest. Give yourself some space. Hit that fall away jumper. But holding women down, you know better than this. I didn't even let you have girls alone in the teepee when you were growing up. I said you wanted to take little Susie P from down the street into the teepee, and I said, a good young boy doesn't sit alone in a teepee with a good young girl. So that's why I was there with you as a buffer, your father, Bill Walton, a 7-foot buffer, making sure that there was some room for the Holy Ghost, as they say, as John Wooden used to say when he would show me the pyramid of success. And I'm disappointed. I hope it's not true. I hope you'll call me, again, your father, Bill Walton, tell me that this wasn't the case. And I would like to get together sometime for some peyote tea to discuss whether or not this happened. And if it did, how we can make sure that it never happens again. Once again, your father, Bill Walton, calling. Please call me back, Luke. Very disappointed your mother's crying. Not your real mother, but my new wife, the small Asian lady that didn't birth you. Anyway, we're all sad here. This is as sad as I've been ever since I was eating my cereal out of a bowl on the floor like a dog, thinking about killing myself because my back pain was so much. I've never felt pain this strong, and again, I almost murdered myself because of pain. So that should tell you how much pain I'm in my heart right now. Please pick up the phone and throw down a call to your father, Bill Walton. You've got my number. Talk to you soon, son. Love you, no matter whether or not this is true. Love you a little bit less if it is, though. Have a great night. Again, your father, Bill Walton, calling.
Woo!
How did the call with was it a a good call from Bill?
It was a good call.
Good voicemail.
Yeah, it was very heartfelt, very honest, and it was very Bill Walton-esque. And he actually referenced, we saw him give an amazing speech. We read his book, which he discussed being suicidal. He actually referenced that.
Oh yeah.
In his voicemail.
He was laying on the floor and all that.
Eating cereal
Yeah.
like a dog, which he talked about in his book and when we saw him down in Orange County. Anyway, hopefully it's resolved and hopefully I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's not a good situation.
I wonder if Bill will comment on it during one of the during a college basketball game or something next year. I hope he won't.
Yeah.
But also Bill's a loose cannon. So
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what that guy's going to pull out of his bag.
Well, the Lakers are looking to hire a coach. Ty Lue came back for a second interview. They also interviewed Jason Kidd, who did not have any success. Not really.
He's coached 2 other NBA teams now.
The Bucks, and Brooklyn.
I am still of the opinion that Ty Lue is a complete and utter fucking dope.
Okay.
And I understand that LeBron has a relationship with him, and I understand that the Lakers are basically LeBron James at this point, and I understand that maybe LeBron would prefer a guy that he could control. Totally makes sense. LeBron hasn't always made the best basketball decisions off the court. I didn't watch enough game in, game out, Nets, Bucks, Jason Kidd basketball.
Yeah.
But he was certainly a fantastic coach on the floor when he was a player.
Sure.
He's obviously got a ton more experience than Ty Lue, just in the basketball world. But look, I don't know. I don't really know what their options are at this point.
I look at it this way. I agree with you about Ty Lue being the mouth open, bumbling it. But look, they did win a title. I'm not giving him credit, but my point is this. He does have that relationship with LeBron.
Yeah.
They did make it work. They made it work enough to win a title.
I think
that's all I'm saying.
But I think that's going to be, if anything gets him the job, it's going to be that, and that may end up being, like, they also lost multiple with him as their coach and the best player in the world. Now, granted, they were completely outgunned, but, like, we saw some fucking, like, I mean, what the fuck was J.R. Smith doing out on the floor? Why didn't Ty Lue call the timeout? You know, like, we have a whole bunch of fucking question marks. I think he'll probably end up getting the job because of that success and because of the relationship with LeBron. I'm not sure that here. Let me put it this way: if I was the Lakers, I would not hire Ty Lue.
Then who do you hire is the question.
Exactly. That is the question.
You got Ty Lue, you got Jason Kidd, you got Monty Williams.
I haven't talked to Monty Williams. I haven't talked to Jason Kidd. But when they show up, they're in the lead. They're both ahead of Ty Lue. Unless LeBron's saying, no, man, I've talked to all of them, and it's got to be Ty Lue. And it's like, look, I'm not going to make a decision that goes directly against what LeBron James wants, but I'm going to tell him, hey, man, before all this starts, you guys won a title together. And I get that. And I get that you guys have a relationship. But let's be honest, that was you. I don't think he did a great job coaching. And unless these guys come in and embarrass themselves in interviews and have absolutely no thoughts or ideas on how to make this Lakers team work, I'm not hiring Ty Lue to be the coach of this team. Just so you know that, LeBron. And then after the fact, if LeBron walks out of the 3 interviews and he goes, yeah, it's got to be Ty, I go, all right, I guess it's got to be Ty. Here we go. I don't think we're winning a fucking NBA title, but bye. You know, like, let's be honest. The Lakers aren't winning unless they get a big free agent to go there. And I don't think it has to be I don't think they need to get the Kevin Durant. I don't think they need to get the Anthony Davis. I don't think they need to get the Kawhi. Like, we've seen with LeBron before, and I don't think LeBron's done, like, I mean, he's certainly on the tail end of his career, but I don't think, you know, if he can get healthy and he can stay healthy, he's done it before with not really great supporting casts. Like,
yeah.
The idea that, like, people want to be like, oh, Kevin Love was an all-star, just stop it. Just, like, stop. Like, what was Kevin Love in the playoffs? Like, okay, he was an all-star. Like,
well, he had never been to the playoffs till he joined Cleveland.
Right. But what was he in the playoffs for Cleveland ever?
Like 18 a game?
Was he? Was that his playoff average? I mean, in the finals, he was never fucking great. He had the one defensive stop at the end of the one they won against Steph. Great, but, like, he did it with Kyrie.
I'm going to guess Kevin Love's playoff statistics are 17.5 points, 8 rebounds a game. What are they, Aaron?
So, total career, playoff points a game, 15. 15.3, and rebounds,
I bet 10.
9.7. So, yeah, 10. 15 and 10.
I mean, it's a contributor. It's a good contributor.
All right.
I'm not saying he's awful.
I'm just saying, right now, you take Danilo Gallinari off the fucking Clippers and put him on the Lakers. He just got a player that's going to be better for him than Kevin Love was ever for.
Why do you say that?
Because
Kevin Love's a better rebounder.
Great. But, like, we're watching this game just on in the background. Like, at least the guy's making fucking plays in the playoffs. Like, what's your standout Kevin Love game? What's your, like, I can't believe, remember that fucking one day Kevin Love went off? It's like, again, we're getting sidetracked here. My point is, LeBron doesn't need a ton of help. Just get him some help and get him a fucking halfway competent coach. I don't know which one of these guys is the most competent coach. I didn't have 2 interviews with them. You know, I don't know what Monty Williams is doing.
What's
I
the
don't know what
interview
Jason Kidd's
process?
doing.
This is what I always want to know.
What the fuck is your strategy with this team? You go, hey, Jason Kidd, this is what we got. What the fuck do you do? You were a point guard. You're one of the best point guards in the history of the game. Is Lonzo Ball our point guard? If you're interviewing for the Lakers job, you better have that answer.
Yeah.
No. You know, look, if Jason Kidd comes in there and he goes, hey, man, is Lonzo the point guard? I mean, can we make it work? Maybe. But I'd prefer you trade him, try to get us somebody else. Okay, at least you fucking said something. You know? No, absolutely. Of course he can work. Now, don't go in there like –
yeah.
You gotta tell me you're gonna be the coach of this team. Can you win with this team?
Sure. It's kind of, I mean, it's a disaster situation, though.
It's not a disaster.
It's a bad
LeBron
situation.
James. You're still the Lakers. Your destination
Sure.
in Los Angeles.
It's not a good situation, though, right now.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
it's not a disaster though.
You know what's a disaster? And I just want to, I think I said this last episode, but I just want to reiterate. What is a disaster for me is watching Cincinnati Reds games on TV and seeing 14 people at the fucking ballpark. I'm going to say it again. If you live in Cincinnati, if you live in Northern Kentucky, any of the surrounding areas, guys, go support your team. Tickets aren't that much. Go hop on SeatGeek. Take the family down to Great American Ballpark because tickets aren't expensive, and the best part is that you get $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. I know you can get 4 great seats. I guarantee it. I bet you can get 4 great seats in Cincinnati for $50. You go on SeatGeek, use that promo code DIRTY, you get $10 off. I'm excited because I was also looking today on SeatGeek. We're looking at Amarillo, Texas, Joe, for the Dirtball meetup. We're looking at August 16th to 18th. And then I was also looking at tickets on SeatGeek for Astros and also the Texas Rangers. So Dirtballs, let us know if you want to be involved with that because we're going to be acting fast on that, just like you should be acting fast on SeatGeek. Best of all, listeners get $10 off their first SeatGeek purchase. Guys, SeatGeek supports our show, so we hope you support them as well. Use our promo code DIRTY for $10 off your first purchase. You can use that for concert tickets, sports, comedy, whatever you want. Remember, that's promo code DIRTY for $10 off your first purchase. And that is a big announcement. We're looking at August 16th to 18th, Amarillo, Texas. We're going to choose one of those night games. The Friday and Saturday game, I believe, are at 7 o'clock. I believe the Sunday game is at 6 o'clock. And we're looking at suites to rent out a suite. And it's going to depend on the number of dirt balls. So if you guys are listening to this now, DM us. We will add you to the DM group chat that we have, which I think is like 23 or 24 people strong. And finalize that. And what do you think, man? Hit up some ballparks in Texas?
Sure. I've been to none of the ballparks in Texas. And again, I'm halfway through the ballpark, so I gotta start checking ones off the list.
Hit up some major league ones, some minor league ones.
Yeah.
Do it all, right?
Absolutely.
I was watching, before we get to NFL, I did want to bring up this quick point about baseball. When I was watching the Reds game yesterday, they were saying, and this probably isn't going to surprise you, but I guess it was news to somebody who is more of a casual baseball fan. They were saying Major League Baseball is kind of freaking out right now because no balls are going into play. And they said some stat. I wish I would have written it down during the game. They're basically saying the percentage of at-bats in the current 2019 season that are either walks, home runs, or strikeouts is at a record pace.
Mm-hmm.
There's no balls in play.
Yep.
And they're saying that ruins the fan experience. And baseball is having an issue with it.
That's absolutely true. And we are at I mean, you're saying it's more than ever. I think that this is a peak of this. I think, launch angle, higher velocity of pitchers. There's now the latest baseball trend is if you have a good breaking ball, throw it more often. Hitters love to sit on fastball, and it was always work your pitches. Use your off-speed pitch to counter your fastball. And like, there's a new thing that's like, if you have a good curveball, throw your curveball like 70% of the time. And I think that this is a trend that is certainly happening in baseball, but I also think that that the wave's going to crash back and like roll back a little bit. I think some teams are getting away from having an approach that's all launch angle all the time, all strikeouts, home runs, walks, because you look at the teams that have success outside, like you look at the teams that are having like the Royals in 2015. That was like a contact team. The Astros, everybody can hit, everybody can run. Yeah, they hit a lot of home runs because they have a lot of fucking great players too. But they're not an all or nothing team. Last year we had the Red Sox. Yeah, they hit a lot of home runs, but they're not an all or nothing team. Now the Dodgers hit a fucking lot of home runs. They're a strikeout or home run style team. They're losing that World Series. They've lost 2 World Series in a row. So yes, it's not a Super Bowl or bust league like the NFL. It's not all about winning just the championships. But I think some teams are going to say, if everybody's doing this and we focus a little bit more on trying to get back to hitting the way we used to, we might be the one that cracks through. I think that this is the peak moment for the concerns that you have. Pitchers are throwing harder. Pitchers are throwing more breaking balls. A lot of swinging misses. A lot of walks. A lot of home runs. Absolutely. But where's the Yankees World Series with Judge and Stanton? Where's the Dodgers World Series with Bellinger and all the guys that fucking?
We're also talking We're talking World Series. There's only one World Series winner.
Right. But I'm saying you can't get to the World Series and then start playing that way. The Dodgers can't be all or nothing home run and then go, well, when we get to the World Series, we'll change our style. Like, if you're the Dodgers, like, let's say you're Dave Roberts or you're the GM of literally, if you're anyone on the Dodgers after losing back-to-back World Series, your only goal is winning the World Series, right?
Yeah.
They're not excited if they win the division this year and lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Sure.
So, yeah, there's only one, but it's got to start somewhere.
But you're talking specific teams. I guess I'm just reporting what I'm seeing.
I
don't have an opinion, to be honest.
I agree with you 100%, and I'm saying that I think everybody this is always the way it goes. Something happens, everybody goes, "Oh, that's what works. Let's do it." But then if it doesn't work for you, right? Let's say you're let's say you're the Atlanta Braves. Okay? If everybody's doing that and you're young and you're like, maybe try playing a different style. And that's what I think the wave is going to crash back. And other teams are going to start thinking, well, if everybody's doing that and we're not winning, then maybe we should do something different.
Well, for me this year,
because again, there's only one team that can win.
It's interesting as I watch games. I think the strikeouts are just so misleading. My point is, you think a pitcher is in such control because strikeouts. Like yesterday, take example yesterday. I'm watching that Reds game. Sonny Gray's pitching. He's got 8 strikeouts through 3 innings. He hasn't given up a run. I'm like, wow, like he has complete control of this game. Then he just gets tagged for 4 runs.
Sure.
And my point was, it made me think, was he really in that much control? Or were they just swinging at shitty pitches or barely, you know what I'm saying? Or
second time through the order.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
First 3 innings.
So he was in control. And then they were like, okay, now we know what he's doing. We all had to look at him. Let's go again. Matt Harvey is famous for being third time through the order. You may as well light him on fire.
Yeah.
And that's part of the game now, too. Part of the game is pulling guys in the 5th inning and being like, don't let them face him 3 times. And now let's go. Let's have a 6th-inning man, and a 7th-inning man, an 8th-inning man. And now you're facing – so now you're going to have even more strikeouts. I'm saying I think – I mean, the stats are true, and we all see it. And a lot of baseball fans, especially old baseball fans, hate it. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if teams start trying to think outside of that box that they have created over the last 3 or 4 seasons of launch angle, walking a bomb, walking a bomb, walking a bomb.
Yeah.
Yes. For example, in the NBA, yes, everybody is shooting more threes now. It's work, but like at some point, you're gonna see a team go like, we're not winning and we're shooting all these threes.
Yeah.
We have to do. Maybe we shouldn't be the 3 shooting team.
Sure. Gotcha. All right, well, let's move on to NFL. Lots of NFL news. We'll finish the show with all the NFL news, draft stuff. Big news today. There's a lot of signings today, or extensions, whatever you want to call it. Big Ben has signed a new contract with the Steelers. We just talked about him the other day.
Yep.
It's a 2-year extension worth $68 million. He will now get $67.5 million in guaranteed money for his next 3 years. Here's what I found interesting about this contract. His contract, as I look up the tweet from Adam Schefter, is it's 3 years at $80 million, I believe, with $67 million guaranteed. It's a lot less than Russell Wilson. Still
a lot of money, though.
It's a lot of money, but it's a lot less, and I find that interesting. The guy who's played a lot longer, who's played in 3 Super Bowls.
He's fucking 40.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind this contract. I saw some people.
I actually do kind of mind it.
Why?
Because
it's through 2021.
Let's recap. Let's recap a couple of major headlines from Ben Roethlisberger the last couple years. I'm going to retire. My wide receiver and I are beefing. I've had full-on meltdown games, and we missed the playoffs last year.
He threw for 5,000 yards last year. He led the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, are we putting them missing the playoffs on him solely?
No, but part of that has to be that on Antonio Brown, right?
Antonio Brown didn't even play the final game.
And why was that?
And they lost.
And why was that?
Well, obviously,
there's an open beef with his quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
So that's on both parties.
Sure. But 39 years old or 38 years old or whatever, threatened to retire 2 years ago.
No, he's not that old. He's about a year or two younger than me. I'll be 38. I want to say Ben's 36.
Okay. Threatened to retire a couple years ago. Has had some full meltdown games recently. Beefing with his star wide receiver to the point where that guy left. Missed the playoffs last year. You're in till 2021?
I don't mind it. It's 3 more years. I mean, like I said, he could drop off. He led the NFL in passing yards last year. I'm a big fan of his game, personally.
I'm selling all my Steelers stock.
Selling all your Steelers stock.
Yeah.
They still have Juju. They still have James Conner. They still have a good O-line. The defense always is at least average. I'm not ready to sell the Steelers stock. I'm just not.
They have all the players that you just said. So who they don't have is Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell.
They didn't have Le'Veon Bell all last year.
And they didn't make the playoffs last year.
James Conner had great numbers. And then he got hurt. He probably played about the same amount of games as Le'Veon. Le'Veon was always missing games, always suspended.
By the way, they missed the playoffs by 1 game, correct?
Yeah, they lost that home game to the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah. They also lost. Didn't they tie the Browns?
Yeah, first game of the year.
We watched that in Chicago?
Yeah, we were in Chicago.
Do you remember any standout moments in that game? They missed the playoffs by one game. They tied the Browns in Week 1, who hadn't won a football game in 2 full fucking seasons. You remember? Is there anything stands out from that game for you? We watched it in a bar with guy on couch.
I forget what happened.
Ben Roethlisberger took a hot shit on the field. Ben Roethlisberger turned into a fucking Blake Bortles having sex with Nathan Peterman and shitting out a son that didn't know how to put a fucking football helmet on.
Good visual right there.
Yeah. It was a horrific. I think he had 5 turnovers.
Again, the body of work for me is you threw for 5,000 yards last year. You've been to 3 Super Bowls. I'm just saying, like.
You know what you're saying, but what you're saying is, like, you have to be ahead here. That's the name of the game for being a successful franchise.
Yeah, you draft
being
a quarterback.
A step ahead.
You draft a quarterback.
Not a step behind.
You draft a quarterback.
I know. Okay.
We're talking 3 years.
Okay, draft a quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger signed through 2021 now. I'm selling my
3
Steelers
years.
stock. Okay.
Let's say he only
We're
has.
going to agree to disagree.
Okay, that's fine. But my point is this. Let's say he only has 2 good years left in the tank. That's time to groom somebody else. I mean, all these guys are getting older. It's not just him. You know, obviously Brady's older than him. You have Drew Brees. You have the Phillip Rivers. You have the Elis. These guys are all towards the very tail end of their career.
Mm-hmm.
And my stance is, I get it. He had Antonio Brown last year. He still had a good year. I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't think Ben's numbers, the Ruther curses get put out there. I don't think he takes a huge hit on numbers this year. Yards, I don't think he'll throw for 5,000 yards again. I think Ben still throws for 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. And they're going to compete in that division. But you're right. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, my thing is the Steelers have made one thing very clear. They're Team Ben Roethlisberger over everybody. And
yeah.
And multiple people this offseason have said the problem with the Steelers, they're Team Ben Roethlisberger over everybody. And they doubled down on it.
They did. And we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Another big signing in the AFC North, a big kicker signing. I like when the kickers get some love. Justin Tucker for the Ravens signed a 4-year, $23 million contract with $12.5 million guaranteed for the first 2 years and another $8 million in signing bonus. I like it. He's a great. I think kickers are truly underappreciated. They make the difference in so many of these games. Justin Tucker is arguably the best kicker in the National Football League. I love the signing, especially when you have an offense like the Ravens.
Yeah, we're going to kick a lot of field goals.
Every point is going to matter.
And your quarterback is on a rookie deal, so yeah, pay your kicker.
I'm a big fan of this. I like it. Well, the Seahawks they're already doing what they have to do because they paid Russell Wilson. We all saw this coming.
Yeah, it was part of the conversation before the Russell Wilson sign. It was like, okay, and then they've got to sign Frank Clark and blah 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 blah, and yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are doing the, like, I don't know if it's Seahawks fans or whatever, is like the Chiefs they lost D Ford, but they got Frank Clark, and they've downgraded. It's like, nah, that's not how that works. Like, yeah, D Ford is a good player, but like Frank Clark
had 15 sacks last year.
Yeah, Frank Clark, I mean, I wouldn't even say arguably
No, I'm sorry,
better.
14.
I wouldn't even say arguably better. I would say better, like better run stopper, younger, healthier.
Yeah.
I mean, only slightly younger, I believe. Healthier, more expensive, obviously, but they signed him to a $100 million deal for how many years?
Let me pull it up. He signed a $105 million deal for 5 years with the Kansas City Chiefs. That includes $63.5 million.
And so, like, the Chiefs' strategy is pretty clear.
They've been bulking up on D. They know they need it.
They're doing what the Rams did.
Exactly.
They've got a quarterback on a rookie contract. Let's get all of them now, all the guys now. And then when we have to pay Mahomes, well, we'll probably pay Mahomes. But for now, let's give us everybody.
I like what Kansas City's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan or if you live in Wichita and like to drive 3 hours to Kansas City to see your local sports team play.
Yeah. Another state. It's fine. It's got Kansas in the name.
I always get that confused.
Yeah.
How do I get that confused? I always get that confused.
Kansas City, Missouri?
Yeah.
Missouri?
I literally have driven through there. I've been to the city many times. Tomato, tomato.
I don't know how that's used in this situation, but okay. When in Rome, I guess.
But for the Seahawks, I mean, look, guys, it's what happens when you gave Russ all that money. You're getting their draft pick, but it's not like it's that good of a pick. It's like the 29th pick.
Yeah.
You better hope that 29th pick pans out. And we all know it's a crapshoot when you draft in the NFL.
Yeah, the end of the first round.
So fucking tough. So that's what's going on.
But like, I mean, I think we all agree. I mean, even you as the world's biggest Russ slurper, like we all agree, like that was a lot of money.
I didn't defend that contract.
Right, I know. That's what I'm saying. You didn't. But Seahawks fans are happy, I guess, right? Like, this is like, well, we knew this had to happen. We demand Russ. Like, I've been talking with Seahawks fans. Seahawks fans still going back and forth with me on this fucking Russell Wilson thing. It's like, you can go back and forth with me all you want about, we talked about, like, his stats versus 2 years for Trubisky, and it was like, oh, they're way better. No one's saying they weren't better. What I said the other day is that the article from The Ringer brought Trubisky up as somebody that you should cut from your team when his rookie contract is over, and Russell Wilson as somebody you should pay the most money that's ever been paid anybody in the history of football. Yeah, he's a significantly better first 2 years, but not that much better.
Did you see what Russ did? What he's giving his O-lineman?
He's giving like fucking
Amazon
stock.
But
or
I find
something like
this
that.
interesting. So I'll give him credit for not just the starters. He gave all 13 O-linemen $12,000 shares in Amazon stock. And at the time, Amazon stock was trading at almost $2,000 a share. Do we think this is a lame gift, or should he just give them cash? So basically, he gave each O-lineman about $24,000. If you do the math on that.
Wait, he gave him 12 shares, or he gave him $12,000 in Amazon stock?
Is it not?
I think according to your headline, it gave them $12,000 in Amazon stock. So trading at $2,000 a share, he gave them 6 shares of Amazon each. Correct?
It's not 12,000 shares.
12,000 shares at $2,000.
You're right. He gave each player a total of $12,000 in stock.
Right. I mean, it's cool, I guess, if any of these guys know how to fucking day trade. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? I mean,
by the way, that's where I should have read that Robin Hood ad.
Yeah.
I misplaced that in this episode.
I mean, whatever. Like, it's free money, right? So
how many of those players do you think just cash that out right away?
I mean, that would be probably dumb. Like, it's free money. Just keep it in
Amazon.
there. Yeah, keep it in there and hope it fucking explodes.
You think Russ might have a download deal with Amazon knowing this would get press? Conspiracy theory. What?
A download deal? Oh, a download deal.
Yeah, download deal.
Yeah.
Would that be illegal? Insider
so
trading?
13 times 12, he's giving out like $166,000 in Amazon stock to his offensive line.
He's given 144. Jesus Christ.
56.
I have a calculator here. Wait, it's 13. It's 13 times 12?
Yeah, it's 156.
Yeah. How did I get that wrong with a calculator on my computer?
I don't know. You didn't use it, obviously.
Hey, math. I'll give him credit. That's a lot.
Oh, he just got paid $100 whatever $1 million.
I'm just saying though.
Fuck.
Dude. Here's the thing. They were comparing what other quarterbacks who signed deals. Nobody's giving away $150,000 worth of stuff. They were showing like, oh, Aaron Rodgers got them all, like Apple stuff or whatever. Like, to give it to all 13 guys. But, I mean, look, I get it too. He just signed a $140 million deal. But I expect
She just gotten everybody Amazon Prime.
what's that?
She's gotten everybody an Amazon Prime subscription.
That'd be some dick shit. By the way, we got a Golden State game right now. They're losing by 13.
Yeah.
I'm going to
8
say
minutes
this. I'm going to say this right now. There is no way in hell the Golden State Warriors lose this game. You heard it here first. At 8:15 left, third quarter, 81-68, Clippers over Warriors. There is no way in hell that the Warriors lose this game. No way in hell. The Ruther curse has been extended. It's been put out there. Okay, moving on with some more NFL news. Tyreek Hill will not be charged with the crime.
Okay.
However, I paid close attention to this.
I forget. I don't even remember. I'm still lost at this point.
His kid's arm was broken.
Right. Okay.
It's bad stuff.
Right.
I watched the whole press conference. I watched everything today. Basically, the prosecuting attorney said a crime was committed. They know a crime was committed. They do not have enough evidence to know who did it, whether it was him or his wife or his significant other, whatever her name is.
They don't.
There's not enough evidence.
District attorneys do not charge people with crimes that they don't think that they can prove.
Exactly. And that's what he said. I think that's important for people to know. They do not charge crimes against people they don't think they can prove, but a crime was committed. My question to you is, what do the Chiefs do here? If they're claiming
the Chiefs, I think, what will they do or what should they do?
Both.
Probably the same thing. Just keep Tyreek Hill, because what are they going to do? Cut him and then let whoever wants to fucking take the bad press sign him immediately? I mean,
we're talking about child endangerment. Like it's on the same level of, beating a woman. It's one of the worst things you can do.
Right? And Adrian Peterson did it, and Adrian Peterson had a fantastic season for the Redskins last year.
Well, he spanked his kid with a
switch. Went out and got a fucking stick out of the backyard and beat his kid with it.
I guess I'm not fully aware of the level of the injuries to that kid versus breaking a child's arm. I don't know. I mean, I know it's tough to scale child abuse.
It's the same. It's the same thing over and over and over again in the NFL. Somebody's going to sign him. So you're going to give away your best receiver to somebody else for free because he broke his kid's arm and wasn't charged. Like, we've gone down this road on the NFL a million times, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it once for the fucking red hat wearers in the back. Colin Kaepernick ain't in the league because he kneeled for the national anthem. All these guys, they're all going to stay. He's not going to be fucking suspended. He's not going to be anything. Whatever happened, whatever didn't happen, doesn't matter. He's going to be fine. So why would the Chiefs cut him? What kind of shitty – that would be stupid. If I were the head of the Chiefs, I'd go, somebody's going to sign him. And if he's going to be in the league anyway, why shouldn't he be in the league with us? What are we out here to prove? We already lost our running back, and now the fucking Browns have him. They signed him like fucking 6 weeks later. And they got a great deal.
I mean, he had a monster year last year. Like, monster fucking year.
And not a single fucking Chiefs fan gives a fuck what he did. Facts. Fact. No one that owns a Chiefs jersey is like, cut him. No one.
I mean, he had almost 1,500 yards.
If I know anything about the internet, everybody that owns a Chiefs jersey is like, it's his kid. He can break his arm if he wants. What the fuck? Who are you to tell me? Fuck. Oh, you can't break your son's arm? Thanks. I don't live in liberal California.
But
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
But you're forgetting one thing. This isn't necessarily 100% about the Chiefs. The NFL will do their own investigation, and they might say, we're suspending you half the season.
And then what? Still keep him. Then you don't have to pay him for half the season. Look, it's not the right answer, but at this point, these guys just end up on another team.
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck. Jerry Jones is literally masturbating and praying a rosary at the thought of them cutting him. He's like, please, God, please cut him. Please cut him. Jerry Jones has already paid for a secret employee of the Dallas Cowboys to move to Kansas City, get on LinkedIn, hang outside the facility with a resume.
LinkedIn.
He needs to know at least 3 minutes in advance if Tyreek Hill's getting hit. There is somebody in the Chiefs organization right now that was placed there by Jerry Jones solely to find out if this guy's getting cut so he can sign him before he leaves the building. Jerry Jones gives zero fucks. Jerry Jones like, I'll break my son's arm right now if I get Tyreek Hill. He goes, I'll break any son. Give me a kid. I'll break his arm. I'll fucking karate chop the kid to death right now if you let me sign Tyreek Hill.
Karate chop.
My phone is going bonkers.
My phone was too. I forgot to turn it off. You got to do that off button, fam.
Yeah. So, if I'm the Chiefs, I keep Tyreek Hill.
Marshawn Lynch is retiring again, supposedly.
Well, I wouldn't stick around and play for the Raiders, that's for sure. CTE? Play on that fucking Raiders team? They just sent all their scouts home. Fucking organization's in disarray.
Yeah.
Save your brain cells, son.
Yeah.
Go back to Scotland. Start riding tricycles around fucking bus stops again.
Just head back to Oakland. Just smoke your weed, eat your Skittles, have some banana cognac.
Not great the last couple years.
No, not great. And like you said,
So rip beast mode.
not a good situation at all for him to finish his career. So might as well just call it quits. But
Signs with the Patriots. Week 4 sets a record for touchdowns scored in a season.
Yeah.
In 12 weeks.
But I do have some advice for Marshawn when he retires. He seems like a guy who likes
this guy.
He seems like a guy.
Who's next to fucking Lawler on the left?
I like how he still uses that handheld mic.
Yeah, he goes full Dirk.
Marshawn seems like a guy who likes to party, likes to engage in the cannabis and some drinks. I think Marshawn should really invest in some Cheers.
Cheers.
Because he's gonna be doing a lot of he's gonna have a lot of drinks.
Gonna have a lot of free time on his hands, and he's older.
He's older.
Like myself. I love the Cheers because I'll tell you one thing. I ain't waking up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed like I was in my 20s.
No.
Pushing 40. I need a little help in the morning.
So you use Cheers.
Yeah. A couple of those pills, a little powder in the drink. Throw that down. That's the last thing I do in the evening after a couple beverages.
Yeah.
And hard to say how much better I feel, but I feel better. That's for sure.
Well, guess what, Joe? Cheers is going to guarantee that you feel at least 50% better the next day. Guys, to use Cheers, simply take 2 to 4 capsules after your last alcohol beverage or before you go to bed. If you don't wake up feeling at least 50% better the next day, you'll get your money back guaranteed. Wow. To order, visit cheershealth.com. Enter promo code DIRTY at checkout to get 10% off your order and a free gift. I think we had some dirtballs do that. They'll send you that little free gift, which I know includes a beer koozie. That's cheershealth.com, promo code DIRTY for 10% off and a free gift with your first order. Cheers, the best thing to happen to alcohol since alcohol. With Cheers, you're going to start feeling better when you wake up, and your liver is going to thank you. I know Joe's liver thanked him. He's He's been engaging in some alcohol festivities lately,
Yeah, here and there.
and the cheers is always giving a little extra pep in that step the next day.
Yeah.
Okay, the draft is tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Is that where it is?
Nash Vegas this
Wow.
year.
Okay.
Lovely city. I do like Nashville. I technically completed my first marathon there. I'm doing air quotes right now. I mean, I completed it. It was just dismal time.
Yeah.
But I'll be curious. It's another interesting, like last year, Baker Mayfield went 1. Again, it's kind of boiling down to the whole quarterbacks. Where are they going? It looks like Kyler Murray is going to go to the Cardinals.
Or is that what the Cardinals want you to think?
Exactly.
I know nothing about this draft. This is one of the wilder. I could see a million things happening. I could see a million teams moving up, moving down. Certainly gonna be. I feel like some big name players are gonna get moved in draft trades tomorrow.
Ooh. You mean players currently in the NFL?
Yes, gonna be involved in some draft trades. That's my prediction. Prano predicts at least one. At least one big name is moved as part of an NFL draft trade.
Will you be watching the draft?
Yes.
You will.
Yes.
I will too.
I'll at least be watching through the 6th pick when my Giants draft.
Yeah.
So we know that.
Over
Now-
under 13 picks that Mel Kiper Jr. gets wrong.
On day 1,
Yeah.
I'm going over.
Over.
Here's something, by the way, that has come up the last few days. This is, it's actually wild to me, and I know, obviously, I'm a Giants fan, and I'm the world's biggest Eli Manning slurper. Self-appointed, people-appointed, love me some Eli Manning. Not even afraid to say it. They've been doing a lot of I've seen a lot of the look back, and NFL.com, I believe, or maybe NFL Drafts Twitter today, posted the Eli Phillip Rivers trade, and they showed all the details of it, and asked who won the trade. And goddamn if the internet didn't let me down once again. Who are you out there? Are there people that are arguing that the Chargers won that trade? How in the world is that possible? Be the voice of the people here, Andy. You're an Eli Manning hater. You're a Phillip Rivers lover.
I am not an Eli Manning hater. Not by any means. Well, you have to go with the team that won 2 Super Bowls, obviously. It's common sense.
I mean, look, we all know rings, it's a team sport, but and again, first of all, Eli Manning, okay, we could do the whole defense thing. There was the MVP of both those Super Bowls. He was. These are facts. We love to live in facts on this show. He was, but also Phillip Rivers hasn't been in a Super Bowl. Chargers have had some fucking fantastic teams.
No, they've had some weapons. I mean, he played Antonio Gates prime, LaDainian Tomlinson prime. Just alone there, he played with 2 of the all-time greatest players of the position in their primes. I mean, they went 14-2 one year. Didn't win a playoff game.
And I'm assuming when you go 14-2, you're playing that game at home.
Yeah.
Eli Manning had a Super Bowl run. He wore the white jerseys the whole time. The next time, he played 1 game at home and then went on the road the whole time. And we look at Eli Manning's playoff stats and just those 2 Super Bowl runs. Who are you out there? People going oh, yeah, so clearly the Chargers won. I'm like, man, the internet is undefeated in its epic stupidity. I dare you, dirtballs, to fucking to fucking challenge. This isn't even about this is about what has Phillip Rivers accomplished as the quarterback of the San Diego Chargers, where if that's the baseline of these 2 fucking teams,
But hold on a second.
you got Nate Kading along with it. You got the Giants. Let me tell you one thing as a Giants fan. Guys, if you want to say you won this trade, fine, because I don't fucking give a shit. Call me when Phillip Rivers fucking is playing in a Super Bowl. Call me. You want to check out my phone number? You're not gonna be calling me.
Please tweet at Joe Prano.
Yeah, I love like, again, I know I'm coming from a biased situation, but I'm like, guys, this isn't even, like, kind of offended that the NFL even fucking tweeted that.
But what are they basing that off? That's my question. By saying won the trade.
Yeah. Who won the trade?
Because when you're saying team success, you couldn't argue that because one team won Super Bowls and one didn't. So that's why I'm confused by the phrasing of that statement.
That's even more thing. It's not even like a player-to-player thing.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm bringing that up. I'm
15th
saying
anniversary. This is from @NFL Research, a verified NFL account. 15th anniversary of the Eli Manning Phillip Rivers draft day trade. By the way, that's how you're headlining it. So let's just all agree that that's what the trade was. Giants got Eli Manning. Chargers got Phillip Rivers, a 2004 third-round pick, which was number 65, Nate Kading, kicker. 2005 first-round pick, number 12, Sean Merriman, our boy. 2005 fifth-round pick, 144, traded the pick. Who won the trade? I love, also, by the way, Sean Merriman put Eli Manning out on his Instagram and on his Twitter.
I saw.
And I was like, why are you doing this to your fans, bro? Wait, what's wrong with you? Put the lights out on your Twitter, bro. Why are you trying to troll Chargers fans?
What did I saw that Sean?
He literally just put out a video of Eli Manning saying basically like, I'm not going to the Chargers.
But what was Sean's purpose of doing that?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, are you trolling your own fans, dude?
Because I saw that on
I think
Sean.
he was trying to get people pissed off at like, and I think he was trying to get people to say like, oh, look at old retard face. So glad we got Phil instead. I'm like, guys, this is the hottest of hot trash takes. The hottest of hot trash takes. You're in a conference where every fucking other year Tom Brady goes to the Super Bowl and wins it, and you're talking about you won the trade where you gave up the Dragon Slayer? You fucking put you traded.
Well, relax on this Dragon Slayer talk. Again,
Eli Manning's beaten Tom Brady.
Eli's team has beaten Tom Brady.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers' team has beat Tom Brady fucking ever.
Yeah, his team wasn't holding Tom Brady to 14 points in the Super Bowl, though. Here we go.
Well, I mean, part of that, I guess, is the picking the kicker. Should have taken Justin Tuck at 65. You lost the trade, guys. You lost the trade, and it ain't an argument. And honestly, I might boycott the NFL again this year just for tweeting that. What are you doing to these fans?
I don't think that's not coming from the NFL.
@NFL Research.
Yeah, but who is
the verified NFL account.
It doesn't mean they're associated with the NFL.
The official Twitter account of the NFL Media Research Department, bringing you the best stats from around the league, based in Los Angeles, California. The link is NFL.com. NFL.
So it's
trolling motherfuckers.
Well, Joe, the good news is this: the NFL Network is probably coming from there. It's about 6 miles away from here in Culver City.
You boys done lost your minds. Quit getting drunk after work at fucking backstage.
But we all know who's running the social media. It's some 24-year-old kid who doesn't know shit about anything, who thinks he's clever or funny.
Yeah.
I see.
It's the third time I've seen it this week, and I just thought, wild. How is this still happening? I'm openly coming from a biased position, but also, go home. You're drunk.
Yeah.
It's like, who won the James Harden the Rockets trade? Go home. You're drunk.
Was he a free agent?
No, they traded him.
Ah, I forgot about that. By the way, this game was down to 5 points.
Yeah.
It was 13 when I made my claim that there's no way in hell the Warriors lose this game. Ooh, hard foul. Well, I'm excited for the draft. I will be here in the Smut Studio. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'll probably be watching. Is it on ESPN or is it on simultaneously on NFL Network?
What's that, the draft?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know me. I love some NFL Network.
Why? You have both here.
True.
So what's your question?
I'm debating which network to watch. Bigger fan of that.
Yeah, they do. I think they've done it on both the last couple of years, correct?
I think so.
Kuiper's an ESPN guy.
Yeah, Mel Kiper Jr. And Todd McShay is ESPN. NFL used to be Mike Mayock, but now he's
Right.
the Raiders GM.
He's the only guy in the Raiders war room.
Yeah.
Raiders war room looks like fucking Will Smith and I Am Legend. Just Mike Mayock and a fucking German Shepherd.
Sitting in a goddamn bathtub.
It's like,
That's a Photoshop. Putting out the bat signal. Any of you guys listening, that's an in-house Dirty Sports one. Well, Joe, you said you wanted to keep the show under an hour and 45 minutes.
that'd be great. I'm tired.
I'm looking at the timer. We are at an hour and 35 minutes. So let's wrap this
Peace.
up. Dirtballs, thank you so much for everyone who has submitted iTunes reviews. I sent out 5 sets of koozies today. I have 3 more sitting there, even more I'm trying to send out. So if you drop an iTunes review, leave your Twitter handle or Instagram handle. I'm following everybody back, and you get 2 koozies. That is my thanks to you for supporting the show. Much appreciated. And leave those on iTunes and follow us at The Dirty Sports on Twitter and Instagram.
Going to do a quick shout-out to Dr. Dirtball, my boy Zach Olmstead, who sent me a care package today, which included, amongst other things, the Hunter Thompson book that was, I know the author was on Rogan. He told me about that. I did. You want to grab that?
Yeah,
grab that book for us, Aaron.
It's on the bed, please.
He also sent me, I believe it's Keith Richards' biography, and also a sweet Free Kingdom, and a little amulet, which was awesome. It says something about being local, which is awesome. Shout out to Dr. Dirtball Zach Olmstead for that. You're my favorite man alive behind Tom Selleck at the moment. So next time I see you, a mocha frappuccino from Starbucks.
Cool.
A venti one. How about that? And follow me on Instagram at Joe Prano. Follow me on Twitter at FixYourLife. Go to joeprano.com and check out shows. Rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. Do all those things. Also, yeah, I guess that's it for me. Also stop drinking alcoholic beverages if you think the San Diego Chargers won that trade.
And you can follow me at Andy Ruther. And if you want to explain to me why living in Wichita, Kansas is similar to living in Los Angeles,
DM him on Instagram.
DM me, because I'm willing to engage in a totally personable conversation and explain to you why there is no direct correlation on any level of living in Wichita versus living in Los Angeles,
But
California.
four-wheelers, bro.
Oh.
Andy, if you wanted to go right now and get tacos, could you get on an ATV and do it?
I could, technically.
I don't know if you could. I'm not sure what the laws are riding ATVs up and down Venice Beach, but
Along the beach? Probably not.
yeah, or on the streets. I don't know if.
But if I
ATVs are
wanted to get
street legal.
tacos, I have a million options.
Well, you could sure you could walk there, but like,
Yeah. What's always lost in this that I want to reiterate to everybody one last time? I lived in the Midwest
no,
for the first 22 years of my life. I still love the Midwest.
Do you?
I love the people. All right, follow me at Andy Ruther. That is the show. Oh, yeah, and if you want to check out my other podcast, The Dent Report, I had my old boss, my buddy Lance Bass, on this week. It was a good episode. We talk about his new documentary, and I think it's a really good episode. So check that out as well. Okay, Dirtballs, that's the show. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks to everybody on YouTube. Have a great weekend. We'll be back hopefully Sunday night. Be safe, be smart, and stay dirty.